quick study tip. Set your own deadlines early, and this is why. So let's say you're given 5 days to complete a task. This is probably the ideal situation, which is to work on this project consistently so that the amount of time you spend each day is about the same. But in reality, this is probably what's going to happen. So what's going on here? Well, it's the psychological pressure of the deadline that seems to be the most intimidating. So here I want to introduce something called Parkinson's law, which states that work expands to fill the time available for its completion. For example, if you were given a week to do a writing project, it might take you a week. But if you were given 10 weeks, it might take you 10 weeks to complete it, even if it was the same writing project. And it's probably more fitting to say that it's the unrelated things to work that expands to fill this time. So playing video games or checking your phone, which aren't bad just by themselves, but they can get in the way of getting things done. Now, this isn't just a matter of getting tasks done earlier or sacrificing quality, because if you're doing a thesis, it's probably not going to benefit you if you set the deadline in one day. And instead, it's a matter of doing things efficiently. Because just like how people view time as money, if we were rich, we might waste it on unimportant things. But if we don't have a lot of cash lying around, then we are going to spend it on the most essential things, like food or housing. And the same goes for time. If you're a time millionaire, a lot of your time becomes used on unnecessary things. But by having deadlines, you're essentially making yourself broke in terms of time. Which does sound a bit weird, but it does make sure that you focus on the most important things. This is why during an exam, with the clock ticking down, it's much easier to focus and finish the task than if you were, let's say, at home. So the obvious advantage of using Parkinson's law is that it's the secret in studying less but getting more done. And it also makes sure that your schedule doesn't look like this. Now, the biggest limitation is that it needs to be correctly used. If you set deadlines too close, it might bring too much stress. Too far might reduce its effectiveness. So to overcome this, rather than setting one big deadline for the task, I like to break it down and set mini deadlines. And if you're still struggling to ingrain these due dates, then you can always leave it on a note beside you or get a friend to help you stay accountable. Alright, hope that was helpful. That's it for this tips video.